Trump made a new friend today.
It's good to know that the United Kingdom has a true friend in the Oval Office. We look forward to welcoming you in the United Kingdom. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much. What a beautiful accent. I would have been president 20 years ago if I had that accent.
Thank you very much. Then they got down to business.
Mr. President, did our Prime Minister persuade you not to put tariffs on the UK?
He tried. He was working hard, I'll tell you that. He earned whatever the hell they pay him over there. I think we could very well end up with a real trade deal where the tariffs wouldn't be necessary.
Trump's doing everything Biden couldn't, and Biden seems okay with that. The golden age looks good on Joe. He was spotted at his favorite place, a train station, with the biggest smile we've seen since inauguration. Trump put the entire 24 Democrat dream team out of a job. Tim Walz is trying out a new career, stand-up comedy.
I know what you're thinking. More handsome in person.
But deep down, Tampon Tim can't get over the election. He still blames himself for the landslide. It's not all your fault, Tim. Your whole party blew it, and they're still trying to pick up the pieces. Ducey, our very own, gave Binder PTSD.
The job is already a cooker pressure. It's already incredibly difficult, and to be the first to add that on top of what a difficult job, some people have said, it's the hardest job in the White House, it's a hard job, in the, whatever, people would say that to me.
Would you say that?
I'd be like, yes, it is, thank you. Thank you, it is.
After Binder saw Trump swear in, she threw her TV out the window.
The last time I've watched the news
Don't rub it in.
was January 20th when I was at the White House. I've not watched the news. I have really tried to focus on self-care. I have deprogrammed myself so that I could be a civilian again.
You can't deprogram us. We remember Biden wandering around lost, speaking gibberish, shaking hands with ghosts, and the Binder calling it all a cheap fake, remember? Trump doesn't stop talking to the press. Biden hid at a bunker. Can Binder explain that?
The president spoke to it himself. He was very honest. He was like, look, I don't speak as well as I used to. I don't move as well as I used to. He was very honest about what the American people were seeing. So he never hid from that. As far as it comes to interviews, look, this was a different media landscape. It really was. He wanted to talk about issues, and it was very hard to have interviews where we were able to talk about issues.
A different media landscape? Every reporter wanted to interview the president. Biden said no. Then he botched the debate and got cooed. Binder still's hurt over it.
There was a disconnect for me. What was happening with leadership in the Democratic Party, it was a firing squad, and I had never seen anything like it before. I'd never seen a party do that in the way that they did, and it was hurtful and sad to see that happening. A firing squad around a person who I believe was a true patriot. That was shocking. Shocking.
The hardest part of a coup is finding a good leader to replace the guy you backstabbed. Kamala, not the answer.
I talked to a lot of Democrats and a lot of people since I've been here at Harvard say, who the hell do I look to?
I actually don't have anybody that I'm going to call out or put out there. I'm not. But I think that it is important it doesn't matter if you're a governor, Congress, senator, a local elected official.
Former vice president.
Former vice president. I want to see many voices. I don't just want to see one. I want to see many who can lead us through this time.
Here's the problem with the Democrat voices. Nobody wants to hear them. While they figure themselves out, Roseanne has some advice. Let's listen. We are at the point where anyone identifying as a Democrat at this point should just be pointed at and laughed at. That's it. No more arguing. Just point and laugh. Tomi Lahen's an OutKick.com host and host of 100 Days with Tomi Lahren. How you doing, Tomi?
It's great to see proof of life from former President Joe Biden. That was nice to see. And I think that both him and Binder are indulging in some self-care and it looks good on them. But what really strikes me is how much they both really just hate Kamala Harris. You heard her right there when she was asked. They really try to lead her into saying, yes, Kamala Harris is the likely heir in 2028, and she wants to hear many voices. So I think Joe's so happy that the Democrat Party is in shambles. Listen, they threw him under the bus. Now he's riding on trains taking selfies. He does not care. And I think she's upset about it too. Kamala's not the girl, and I think she's just enjoying, her Bravo, her Real Housewives, her self-care, and she's so happy she doesn't have the hardest job in the world anymore.
It was a real cooker pressure, Tomi. It was a cooker pressure. God, I missed Binder. I really did. There's something sweet and endearing about her that I missed. Do you believe that she hasn't followed the news since she left?
I think she probably does have some stress over the whole ordeal. And I do believe she's probably not watching the news. I think she's relieved. Listen, I think this is probably the last we're going to see of her. I don't think that there's any federal job openings right now either. I don't think that that's the way that she's going to go. But here's the thing about the Democrat Party. We've got Tim Walz, who's trying to be a comedian. Right. Okay. We've got Kamala and Joe, who have signed with CAA, a talent agency. We've got Gavin Newsom launching yet another podcast. I'm waiting for them to link the Amazon storefront or drop the skincare routine. I don't think they even want to be a party anymore.
I could see Gavin out there with the little moisturizer right here. I'd buy anything from him. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
He's got good hair, like you.
Oh, stop it.
But he's got the new podcast. I don't think they want to be a party anymore, Jesse. I think they want to be influencers, and maybe that's a better route.
She wants to come on your podcast, Gavin.
I do, desperately.
Tomi and Gavin. Let's see it. Thank you so much.
Good to see you.